All right, you ready? You are live.
We're live.
You are live. We're live.
Well, I'm trying to get dust out of my
I
eyes
feel
still.
like we're awkward here.
We're always awkward.
Well, yeah, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I'm not awkward, but
I feel awkward. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. It just feels weird. It looks weird. Feels weird. I think you're way over there. Maybe I need to scoot over. No, you need. Okay.
I
Anyway,
probably need to scoot on this.
I don't know. Okay, it just feels weird. Okay.
We feel
Let's
weird
see.
tonight.
We have Kathy from Living Miracle Homestead. Hey, Kathy. Boots and Bounty Homestead. 6 Acres Farm and Rescue. Hi, Linda.
Shady Hill,
Mama Z's.
Z.
Texas Kitchen.
Matcha Mercantile,
Hang on.
Living Miracle Homestead,
Okay,
Living
let me
Miracle
let go of it.
Homestead.
There we go. Country Preacher. Country Homestead Preacher. There's Brenda. I saw Brenda, and then it jumped. Gina. Hey, Gina.
Zolder Acres.
There's Deb. Sojourners Oak Kentucky Home. Apple. You said that. Apple. Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia. You never say it right. There's Dave at Southern Ohio Prepping. He comes on after us tonight. Shelly. Hey, Shelly. Let's see. Okay.
Hot dog made 2 in a row. On time. He's a professional
Bittersweet.
stalker now.
Bittersweet. Hello. I saw Ben's. Did I say Ben's? Did I say hi to Ben's?
I think
Over
I did.
Acres. Okay. All right.
Professional stalker. Might not always want to listen to Lippy on stalking.
Well, now Lippy just informed us that she is going to be wide open Lippy from now on. So this will be interesting. Wide open Lippy. I've seen wide open Lippy. I've seen wide open Lippy.
A few times.
Skinner Farms. Hey, Skinner
I know
Farms.
what
And
it is.
Andy. Hey, Andy. What? Now I'm way down here. That ain't that.
Well,
That ain't it.
I know you getting me from here down.
Your head? No. There's the top of your head.
Yeah, but it looks like I'm looking down. We're gonna get you a damn booster seat.
Okay. I don't know. Anyway.
What we're gonna have to do.
Okay.
So we get up here about the same height.
I bet that's gonna be fun with Lippy. Yep. That ought to be fun. She's gonna let it rip, I guess.
I'm sitting here. I'm trying to look.
She was gonna let it rip.
What's reading, and I'm having to look down. So
I know a few other channels that have actually done that because they talked about a couple of them talked about political stuff or a religion or politics or something.
Hey, Grandpa.
They would turn off their monetization so that they could say whatever they wanted to. I've seen a couple of channels do that. So I guess that's what Lippy's gonna turn hers off. Has turned hers off so that she can.
Able to. Facebook end up
well,
doing something
just saying. Well, I mean, they didn't. Some they do, and some they don't. And I know. I just remember that Melissa at Homestead Mama.
Yeah,
she didn't have hers on because she got on there and talked about politics and things, and so she didn't have hers on. Anyway, and she's back on now, by the way, talking about different things and mostly going back to doing her oils or herbs.
Well, that happens from time to time. Skinner Farms.
That's awesome. Oh, Lost. Lost. I read it wrong.
That's what I say.
I read it wrong. That's like
what?
It got new subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
I was reading it wrong.
I lost
Sorry.
8 subscribers.
Truck is down. Oh,
that happens.
Grandpa's truck is down.
Because it happens to us. We'll lose some and then.
Yeah, they go back and forth. They go back and forth. Yeah, you may get them right back.
Yeah.
Hit the thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Deb says I lose subs all the time. Yeah, we do. We go up and down. So yeah, I don't know exactly why that happens.
Well, there's Buddy.
We can lose a few one day and the next day they'll be back. It's just weird.
She only had 27 cuss words. Well.
Oh man. So anyway, okay, so
she didn't beat a record though.
So let's see what else. What have we been doing? Lee has come in from work and he's been mowing. He had a lot of mowing to do
for the last 3 days.
Yeah, he's come in and
I still can't see real clear.
Mowed a little and
because of the dust in my eyes.
A little at a time.
So
anyway, Hey Julie. So mowing and checking the garden.
Too much out there to mow.
Probably green beans are probably ready again. I bet they need picking again.
Don't know.
I didn't look, but I bet they do. Buddy, I saw Buddy on here, so I was saying that for if Buddy wants to come get some. We won't be home tomorrow. We are excited. I'm excited. We're going to see Higgs Holland at Higgs Rock Farm. And
4 day, maybe it'll
visit with Higgs and Lily and get a buck rabbit so that we can breed our rabbits soon. So we had the 2 females and I didn't get a buck because I wasn't ready. I'm really still not ready probably, but we decided he had one he, was going to give us and so we're going to go ahead and get it and do it soon. Excited about that. Excited to see them. We haven't seen them in
that's the bad thing about green beans there. Whenever they come in, they really start coming in.
My life might be a bit much for some folks, but it is nothing but the truth. Now I will hush. Southern Ohio Prepping comes on after us. He said his life might be a bit for some folks, but nothing but the truth. So y'all check that out after us.
Hello, How to Garden.
Lordy day, don't talk to me about green beans. I went to see if I had enough for dinner and came back with 4 gallons.
It's not really a bad thing unless you just really ain't wanting to mess with them right now.
Glenn at How to Garden came in. Let's see. Be fun. Yes, it'll be fun, and it'll be awesome to see Higgs and Lily again. We haven't seen them in quite a while, and miss them very much. We've talked to him a little on texting back and forth and stuff. But anyway, I can't wait to go see them. Gonna be gone all day tomorrow doing that. Tonight we have grandkids. I've had grandkids all day. I've had these 3 all day. And I took them to the nursing home to see my mom, but they're not letting grandkids in where she's at. She's in the quarantine, room because she hadn't had the shot. And now she did get it yesterday. She got the shot because
coming in making me something.
We just had to go ahead and do it for her to get out in the main section with everybody else and not wear a mask. She had to have it, and so we just went ahead and done it yesterday, and she'll get out Monday. She'll get out of there, out of the quarantine, and be out with everybody else. But so I took the grandkids because she hadn't seen none of the grandkids since she's been in there, and I took them and had them get outside of her window, and I got her up and got her over to the window, and didn't tell her why. I said, I have a surprise for you. She kind of probably figured. But I said, I have a surprise for you. And I got her up out of her chair and got her over to the window and opened the curtains. And there was these three of the grandkids. And she just laughed and waved at them. And it was precious. It was precious. But so anyway, that's what I've been doing today. Grandkids, and took them to see my mom. And I got out in the garden some this morning before it got too hot. It's been pretty hot. The Lord provides. I was worried with this crazy weather. Today. We wouldn't have enough food to put up for winter. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see what else.
Tracy, that feed president lady.
No, I
Nope,
didn't.
She
I
didn't.
sure didn't. We just had too much going on,
I come in
and
here and
well,
threw me some pepperonis in between some bread and cheese. Made me some grilled cheese,
well.
pepperonis.
One reason, well, we were
Sandwiches.
just too busy. Time got away from me. But the grandkids wanted popcorn just a little while ago. Probably about the
She
time.
didn't ask
Probably
me if I wanted
you
any
were. Well, you
popcorn.
were out there mowing. You were out there
See
mowing, and
Mr.
the
Willie?
grandkids wanted popcorn. So they were over here eating popcorn, and he come in saying something about eating, and I'm like, well, we're having popcorn. So he fixed himself something else. They still hadn't ate nothing else. They're full on popcorn. So I'm gonna have to probably fix them a snack
She
when we
could
get
at least
done.
make me some popcorn on Mr. Willie. You know, I mean, how
Whatever.
hard is that?
Don't. There was popcorn over there. There's probably still popcorn in their bowls right there. See them bowls right there? They're all probably still full of popcorn.
Yeah, and they probably had half of it in their mouth and then spit it back out and
I'm sorry.
probably picked their nose and then stuck their hands down in there.
Willie said Teresa doesn't care about your day labor. Day labor.
I don't
day
like
labor.
pop boogers.
Whatever. So what else? Let's see. I have a problem with squash bugs, and again, I had a problem with squash bugs on my spaghetti squash, and
I know it's what they do, Mama Z.
I went and I pulled some of them off, but it's pretty gross, and I can't hardly stand to do it. But I did. I had some 7 dust and some spray and some DE. I used it all. I sprayed all 3. I sprayed and dusted, and they were gone. I didn't see any more, but then it rained and rained and rained. And I went up there this morning, and they were back. So I done it all over again. I dusted and sprayed. I don't care. I and I've got a whole bunch of spaghetti squash, and they're big, like so close to being done that I said, I don't care. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get them finished up.
Is what they're doing. They're finishing up right now.
Well, I know, but they're not finished. They're finishing up. They're real close.
Hey,
but them bugs will eat the plant off, and then they'll end up not finishing.
They'll finish up. They
I hope
looked
so.
just the same last year before I got them.
Saw 3.
So you're
last
just getting
night,
paranoid.
3. This was 100. This was 100. I was like, oh my gosh. There's probably 30 spaghetti squash up there now.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. But
and lost all their melons to squash boars.
Oh my gosh. Melons. Yeah. I hope they don't get our watermelons. We got watermelons doing good this year. We've got something. Remember something? If any of y'all remember, we had some seeds that was labeled something, and we didn't know what they were. And they are huge. I took a picture and was going to put it on here tonight, and didn't do it. Nasturtiums. I have nasturtiums planted in my raised bed, but I didn't plant any out there in the big garden. And that's where the spaghetti squash is, in the big garden up front. And I do have some nasturtiums planted there, but I don't know what I'm going to do next year. I might not plant any. I didn't plant yellow squash for 3 years because of squash bugs. So anyway.
Let me plant the stuff when it needs to be planted instead of waiting until it starts warming up. I
didn't know. Let's see. I'm trying to see what Kathy asked, and I can't find it.
They usually have good stuff. Farmers and homesteaders are having issues with their plants. have one person to blame.
Kathy said, what
Teresa,
are they? I'm not
because-
sure what she's talking about.
Lippy moved to Kentucky.
Because Lippy moved to Kentucky?
No,
Uh,
because you helped her move to Kentucky. So they're blaming you.
Oh. White radishes go to seed amongst. Let white radishes go to seed amongst your squash. That's interesting. That's interesting. I may try that. What was something? Okay, something
I like it's
has
damn bucket
taken
too.
over. Something has taken over the one garden over there where we had planted our cucumbers. We had cucumbers on one side and
All right, Brenda.
potatoes on the other side, and we put the something in the middle, and it has taken over that whole
Mac
spot.
is in the house.
And it has
there you go, Mac.
it has
Yeah.
pumpkins on it about that big, about golf ball size. Pretty sure they're pumpkins.
And more than
Almost
likely,
positive
it's
they're
probably
pumpkins.
them little gourd pumpkins that you
Were
had
small.
on the table for fall
Decorations.
decor.
I don't know. Don't know.
Then you found out you could actually eat,
Yeah.
and then you started eating them, and you was digging
The
out
little
seeds and
small
stuff.
ones that everybody usually lets kids paint or something. Okay, well, that might be what
So,
something is. We'll find out for
very
sure
possible.
soon. But
whatever it
no,
is, it went crazy.
my
It took over a
garden is green,
heck of a
no
spot.
bugs, and lots of harvest. But I didn't put voodoo
Thanks a
on
lot
mine.
there, Mac.
Never
Appreciate
heard of a
that.
plant called something. It's something. It
That's-
was spelled
Didn't have to do that, though.
SUMPIN something, and we didn't know what it was.
Yeah. She
Um,
says she didn't write it on there, and I know damn well I didn't write it on there. So, and she can't remember nothing at
Wow.
the time. So, anyhow,
um,
I know she's.
I know I didn't write it on there. Anyway, whatever.
I know
Whatever.
she
We're
did.
not going to argue. Cherokee tan. No, I had some
No.
Cherokee tan seeds that I planted a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, and
About
they didn't
3
do very
years ago.
good. And I didn't plant any more of those. I think I still have some of the seeds back there, but I didn't plant any more of those.
Yeah.
And they're marked. This was something that didn't get marked, and maybe we didn't know what it was, and somebody wrote something on there. Anyway,
I don't remember writing something on there.
thank
but
you, Mac. Mac is awesome. Gave us $5.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mac. Anyway,
I may have to do a little dance for him at the picnic this year for that.
push you down the hill again.
Well, yeah, we can do that too.
I never did plant my Cherokee pumpkins that I ordered. Yeah, I think that's where I got mine, and I planted them that year. No, that's not where I got mine. Tracy and Gons gave us some seeds, and we planted them that year, and they didn't do great for me. But that was also the year that the squash bugs was getting my yellow squash. And after that, I gave up and didn't do any kind of squash or anything for a couple of years. Anyway,
And I used to grow stuff like that all the time. Never had no problems with it. I don't know
so
what it is.
let's see what else. I was watching. I'm glad Mac is on
Out of
here.
Burns,
I'm glad
zero
Mac is on
turn.
here because I got to tell something. The other day, Mac had Papa Pepper was in I guess in their town. Papa Pepper was close by and had called them and went over to their house, and he was on live with Mac and Patty
Hello,
at Southern
Linda.
Blessed Homestead. And it was really a neat little chat, neat little live. I like Papa Pepper. And so here's what they were saying that I believe, I'm going to get this all wrong, Mac. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it probably wrong, but the gist of it is Papa Pepper was saying something about building a root cellar. or Mac was saying something about him building a root cellar, and it took a couple of years. He'd been working on it for 2 or 3 years or something. And he said something about talking about it and said,
"Bring that wagon there,
well,
Mac.
on a homestead,
Bring it.
It's a homestead, and on a homestead, you've got so many things going on, so many projects going on, and you're working on so many things, and a lot of those things you're not, professional at. So it takes you a while. You got to figure out how to do it and then start doing it. And then maybe you done something wrong. So you got to go back and redo some of it because you didn't do it just right, or something went wrong and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes it takes a while on a homestead, and you've got several projects going on, and sometimes it takes a while to get something done. And I loved that he said that. It made me think of Lee. I thought, yep, there you go. That's that's exactly Lee. So I really liked that he said that. I thought that was pretty neat that he explained it that way. And I thought, yeah, he's right. Yep. He's right. I had to go out and tell Lee.
I'm a jack of all trades and a master.
You're not the only one.
No, I'm a jack of all trades and a master at none. But if I didn't have somebody always going, it's got to be done. Got to be done. Hurry me up. It might be done right first time.
I try to get you to prioritize in that one. He likes.
I can't prioritize.
Oh, let's see. We are missing the chat. Hey, Linda. Let's see.
I wasn't missing it. Me and Mike, we was talking. He's bringing a wagon.
Bringing a wagon to the.
Mm-hmm. And see, even Mac, he agrees with me. He's the same way.
At least it was a good
He's a jack of all trades and a master at none. And he got Patty on him all the time, making him do things too, hurrying him up. And then he got to go back and refix.
Somebody else, we were talking the other day on a chat, and somebody else said their husband says he's a master of all trade, or what would you say? Jack of all trades, a master of none.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
And I said, Lee says that all the time too. Buddy said you're a master of all, Lee.
Yeah.
That's your friend.
What was somebody said the other day?
That's your friend.
What was somebody said the other day on your Thursday live? Ain't none of us perfect. And I said I was perfectly crazy or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
I don't remember.
I can't remember what it was I said now.
Oh, there you go, Shelley. It was Shelley.
Stupid.
Shelley said, I told you Flint says that. Yeah.
Oh.
Mac's a master of napping. That's funny. They say I'm the Jill of all trades.
That's a different kind of napping. Never mind. You're talking about the sleeping napping. You ain't talking about beating rocks together napping.
Chrissy said, I tend to be all over the place. Anyway.
Well, I got to have at least 10 jobs going at one time, because if not, she going to make sure I have 20 jobs she wants done. So as long as I got at least 10 going,
I did a bunch of weeding today, this morning, while before it got off.
That's quite as much.
I got up there and did some weeding, and anyway, and then had grandkids the rest of the day. So I don't know what else. Let's see. My car is fixed. I had some car problems again that we couldn't figure out for a while. Finally got it figured out. It was what?
Thermostat
was causing all kinds of things to happen. Just like 3 years ago, my battery caused all kinds of things to happen. So I guess it's like because of the electronical mess. When something goes wrong, it's messing up all different kinds of things. It's crazy. Well, I never figured it out. I had to take it to the dealership and have them figure it out. They charged $150 to hook it up and figure out what's wrong with it. And then they were going to charge $480 to fix it. Well, we looked the part up, and the part was $60. And him and Buddy put it on.
No, actually got it for like
Oh, yeah,
$30
we saw it for
because-
60, but we looked around and found one for 34.
Well, no, because you couldn't get it to even go to the page to
Well,
look that one up. So
we
I
ended
just
up finding
ended up
a
looking at
different
another
one.
one. It was 30
34,
bucks. So,
yeah, but
or
then
34
shipping,
bucks.
yeah.
So
But anyway,
anyhow, I took it over at Buddy's after we got the part. And me and him jerked it off, put it back on there, and got her going again, and been working
thank you,
fine
Kathy.
ever since
Yes,
then.
we got it fixed. And it's doing
So-
fine now. Doing fine. It's crazy. It was messing up my air conditioning, my transmission. Everything was going haywire. And it ended up being
The thermostat
thermostat. I keep
wasn't
forgetting.
working
I
right.
can't remember. I cannot remember thermostat for some reason.
Thermostat wasn't working right, so
Lee and Flint
The-
are exactly the same, and I find it hilarious. He is tall and skinny, and I'm short and not skinny. I could not wait to meet Shelly at the picnic. Shelly is a hoot.
well, I hate to tell you
She's
this,
got to be.
but these two old dogs we got, we keep them in the old folks' home. We call back our spare bedroom because they can't walk without dribbling. So it's linoleum floor in there. So if it gets in there, we can always just mop it up, whatever. But anyhow, that's whereabouts they stay at. And they're part Yorkie and part Beagle. And whenever we brought them in the house, I picked out the one that I wanted. She picked out the one that she wanted. Mine is
Sisters.
Lucky. Yeah, they're both sisters. Hers is Princess. Within 6 months, the weird thing was mine was tall and skinny. Hers is little short legs and plump. And I
So they
said,
look like us.
well-
Everybody always said that our dogs look like us because the one he picked out ended up being kind of taller and skinny. And the one I picked out is chunky and shorter and chunkier. But they're old now. They're
But
so old now.
Neither one of them
They're,
stands over that tall, though. I mean,
They're like
actually, I
they're
think
like
Fancy,
18 years old.
Fancy's
and
probably taller than what they are, to be honest with you.
yeah, I think she is. They're like 18 years old, and they started dribbling all over the floor. So we had to
Yeah, they're very
put them
young.
back there and put a little gate up so they can't get out. They can see out, they just can't get out, and they don't even care to get out anymore.
Mm-mm. No,
Uh,
she can take the gate down, go back there and clean. They may walk out just for a few minutes, and then they go right back in there and crawl back in their bed. So
Let's see what else. Boots and Bounty said clean the house from coming off vacation, cut herbs, stored the dried
Well, I
ones,
can't wait to
cut
meet you
grass,
either,
and finally sitting down and talking. Christy's got a 17-year-old dash hound that's getting that way. So anyway, one of them, Lucky, your dog, is starting to get. She don't hardly get up anymore. She's starting to really get bad. So I don't know. We may have to do something soon.
let her live her life out.
Yes, Shelly is coming to the
She
picnic.
can lay there. And she
Anyway,
still gets up when
I know
she
a lot
needs
of
to.
y'all are coming to the picnic.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in here. I'm hoping Christy Betts gets to come. I know a lot of them in here that have said they are coming. Cynthia at Appalachian Mercantile is coming. I got it out that time.
There's
Kathy
Shannon and
is
Beverly.
coming. A
Or
bunch
no,
of them. I can't start
Yeah.
naming names because there's a bunch coming.
yeah,
Shannon and Beverly,
is
hello.
coming.
Yeah, Kathy and David will be there. Southern Blessed. If I start naming names, I'm gonna miss a whole bunch of people. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have started. Can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What else? Let's see.
Everyone, please keep Cameron Price in y'all thoughts and prayers. He has cancer, and the doctors thought they had it under control, but he went for a checkup this year and spread to his lungs. Uh-oh. Yeah, we definitely
Okay.
will, Mr.
Yeah.
Willie.
Yeah. Let's see. I need to get.
Definitely keep Cameron and
Yeah, there you
everybody's
go.
prayers.
That's what I needed there.
What?
The one I put up. Read
Oh.
that one.
Yeah, Mr. Willing, they come to the picnic. Yeah.
All right. Let me get back over here. Let's see.
That's for sure. Yeah, we will definitely keep him in our prayers, Mr. Willing.
There we go. Okay. Let's see. What else? We're gonna talk about self-heal tonight. We're gonna do our foraging in a minute and talk about self-heal. What?
I had a really good afternoon when I got off of work. I went to the bank and cashed my check or deposited my check, kept 40 out. And after I left, I looked over at my receipt and I was looking at it and I was thinking, I don't think that there's right. Because money on there just didn't look right. It was way more than what I thought we ought to have
more
in
money,
our
more
checking
money than
account.
we have in our checking account. And he called me
And
and
I was
said,
like,
we've got
so
this
I
much money.
messaged Teresa and I said, I don't know what's going on. I said, but on this receipt I got, it's showing we got way more money in our checking account than what we should have. After I put my check in there, because I knew what we had in there yesterday whenever I got $40 out. So it wasn't adding up, and I was like, well, maybe she put some money in there, from something else, or we got money somehow or something, and I didn't know. Anyhow, made it all the way back to Barlow. Got ready. I decided, well, I'm just going to look at the receipt. And the only thing I seen when I opened it up, it said Teresa. And the first thing popped in my mind, I'm thinking, this damn heifer's got a different checking account than me. And she's been putting money back, and I didn't know about it.
I wish I had.
And they got it screwed up and put my check in her checking account until I realized that the address wasn't right. So then I went back up and I looked at the last name, and it wasn't right. And I was like, oh, hell. No, they done already put my check in somebody else's checking account. I got to go all the way back to La Center now. Good thing ain't but 8 miles away. So then I had to run all the way back to the La Center, and then halfway between here and La Center, damn if I didn't pass a tanker truck coming down the road, and it slung a rock out of his tire and hit my windshield and popped that sucker real good. So now I got a spot in it. So now we're going to have to call the insurance.
I'll call them Monday
morning. So I can get me a new windshield. I mean, it didn't bust it real bad, but it's enough that it ain't going to last.
So, anyway, yeah, it would have been nice if we had that much money in the bank, or if I had a separate account and hadn't that much money in it.
Hey, look at it like this. At least I'm fixing to get me a new windshield now. It already had one little peck over there that was bugging me anyway. Oh, okay. So now I'm gonna get a new windshield out of it. So
anyway.
Lord works in mysterious ways. If it wouldn't have been for that, I never would have had that happen. See, that's how I look at things.
Yeah, I'm glad he caught it and went right back. Yeah.
But that's how I look at things.
Christy.
That's how I don't stress. Is because I look at things like that.
That is not how you don't stress. You don't stress because you just don't worry about nothing at all.
Well, I look at it like that. If I wouldn't have had to go all the way back to the center, then that other rock wouldn't have hit it.
Don't worry, be happy.
Then that other rock wouldn't have hit it that has some cracks coming out of it. So then I wouldn't have been able to get a new windshield. So now I'm going to get a new windshield, and ta-da! It all works out. All because somebody hit the wrong button. So. Part 1.
Hi. Bub, don't be typing in our chat.
What is he doing?
He come and showed me that he was watching us. Now he's done typed in there. He's got my iPad.
Yeah, he said it's part one.
Yeah, he's in there.
Well, y'all
my
guess
iPad.
what?
He's
I
in there
guess
watching
this there's
us on
part
my
one.
iPad.
I guess y'all gonna have to wait around to see part two.
Here's part two. Here comes part two. So Linda said, I am sure all heal and I don't know what that word is, saved my sister's life when doctors had given up on her. I don't know what she had, but all heal is also a name for what we're going to talk about, self-heal, and another name for it is all heal, and it's a great all-around medicinal plant that goes way back. And we done a video on it today. Christy's wondering what part two was.
Probably so, Mr. Willie.
We done a video on it that I went ahead and put up today, so that if anybody wanted to go ahead and watch that. But this came up in our yard. It grows wild here, but you don't see it a whole lot.
See, man,
it grows wild here, but you probably wouldn't notice
your pain,
it.
Brother. I feel your pain. I know what you're going through. I know exactly what you're going through. Go ahead.
You probably wouldn't notice it so much. The leaves just look like a lot of other leaves, but there was a spot a few years ago that Lee hadn't mowed, and he saw this flower top, and he took a picture of it.
Edge of the
and he come back to the house and he said, "What is this?" He showed me the picture. And I said, "It looks familiar. It looks like something I've heard called self-heal." But I wasn't sure. I wanted to look it up. And I looked it up, and sure enough, it was self-heal. And so after that, I started looking it up, and I made a tincture for it. We haven't really used it because we haven't had anything necessarily that we wanted to use it for. But I had made a tincture, and so now I've made another tincture with it because it has just spread. It cures a lot of things. There's just like, from A to Z. I mean, there's just tons of things. And well, I know I probably do.
It might fix you right up.
For
then both of us might be.
It has vitamins A, B, C, and K, and chemical tannins that help with inflammation. Good for RA, which I have, and pain. Good for stomach issues, irritable bowel syndrome, and Crohn's disease. Any stomach issues like that.
I probably would have, Linda.
And I'm wondering what
Linda went on ahead and transferred it over to a different.
Linda's sister has had. I'm
to
wondering.
A different account real fast, so they couldn't.
So it's also good for blood pressure issues, diabetes. Also said I didn't know this one. I knew some of them that I had looked up previously, but when I looked it up this time, I saw that it said it was good for dementia patients, and I hadn't never noticed that before. So anyway, I'm going to show a picture of it real quick, and show you what it looks like. And the video's already up, so you can watch that video. What did I do? You
ain't got to wait till Sunday.
You don't have to wait till Sunday. Anyway, that's what it looks like clustered up. It spreads easily. He just let a small spot grow, and it spread easily, quickly over just a couple of years. It's taken over a pretty good sized spot. Now let me do a
do close up. Do a close up.
Yeah, let me do a closer one.
Stay closer.
Real quick, maybe.
We'll make sure I don't run over it.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's what it looks like up close. Now, it looks similar to purple dead nettle, but it's a whole lot bigger. You would know it from purple dead nettle. It is a whole lot bigger, and the flower top there is hard and will poke you. It's hard and yeah, I don't know
I
what
think
word
it
I'm
kind
trying
of
to
looks
say.
like an upside down pine cone with a few little
That top there is
flower
got
petals
like
coming off
kind
it,
of sticker things that will poke you.
almost
And
kind of like a clover top.
it is similar to like henbit and purple dead nettle, but it's not. It's a lot bigger. It is in the mint family, same as them. It has the square stem, and it's in the mint family.
Well, hell, that's why it spreads so
but
fast.
It's a whole lot bigger, and
It's in the mint family.
And you would know it if you've seen it, different than them. But they're good for you too. So if you did mix them up, it wouldn't be a bad thing, because they are good for a lot of things too, and good for you. Doesn't look like toothache plant. Let's see. I'm not seeing. Okay. And while me and the little grandson in here was out there videoing
infection
that
all over her body. Her prescription drug market couldn't stop. They were ready to put her on hospital.
Oh, okay. The other one is the toothache plant. So this and the toothache plant is what they used, or what was used that helped her. Yeah, it doesn't look like toothache plant at all. She's saying the two things is what they used on her sister.
Yeah,
was this and the toothache plant. Let's see. Yes, on the video I talked about, I had done mine in alcohol, which is a tincture, but I'm also going to try it this time in oil also, but I'll dry it first. I'll dehydrate it and then do the oil. So let's see. Okay, so while me and the grandson was out there videoing this.
This is part two.
This is part two. This little moth came up and was.
It wasn't him. It was Palin.
No, it was him. He stayed with me. It was me and Bub. I promise, it was me and Bub. It was him. I'm telling you.
I seen the video and Palin was standing there.
At the first video, they were all three up there. Me and him saw the moth. Okay, don't interrupt me no more. Okay.
Part two, y'all.
So me and Bub was up there videoing part of this, and this moth came. And if you saw it, you'd know what I'm talking about. This moth came, and it was so pretty. And I knew I'd seen a picture of this kind of moth before. Now, my first instinct was, I love moths. I think moths are beautiful, most of them. There are so many beautiful moths. And
it is a beautiful moth.
Probably about 10 years ago, I kind of studied them and was really taken with moths, because I had seen a Luna moth and one of the big imperial moths, and I was just taken with them and started really.
And then she started looking reading about the Mothman
and so I had seen this moth. I hadn't seen it in person, but I'd seen a picture. And I was excited because I was seeing it for the first time. I was like, oh, look, that's a hummingbird moth. And it took me a few minutes to remember what that meant. And so if you haven't seen the video, we'll show you. There is a hummingbird moth. They are so cute.
They're beautiful.
Isn't that pretty? They are so pretty. And there was actually ended up being 4 of them. This is not in the video. In the video, we seen 2. We ended up counting 4 of them. But when I got to thinking back to my time when I was studying these things, and realized that that is a hornworm. That's what a hornworm larva turns into. And then they lay the seeds that cause the hornworms. So then I wasn't too happy. I wasn't too excited.
Y'all are killing.
I wasn't too excited anymore then.
The worm that turns into that beautiful creature right there.
Then I'm like, oh, how do I get rid of these suckers?
Well, you gotta feed the hornworm somewhere else so that you still have the pretty little moths.
Yes, I love Luna moths and imperial moths. They're also pretty. There is some beautiful moths. And this one's beautiful too. That one's beautiful too. But yeah. Then I went, that means hornworms. Wait a minute. This is not good. So, and I have picked off 5 hornworms this year off of, not the same tomato. I picked 3 off of the same tomato plant and 2 off of another one.
Tobacco plants. They get on anything.
Yeah. So that wasn't so good anymore. But anyway, back to the self-heal. It is edible. It is edible. So in the video, I tasted a leaf because I had never tried it before. I tasted a leaf, and I had heard that it tasted like lettuce. And maybe a little, it's not real weedy. Yeah. It doesn't have a weedy taste like some of them that you pick. You know, some things that you can pick to throw in a spring salad might taste a little weedy. But it really doesn't. It was a real mild flavor. Now, it's a little late in the year probably for that, but it wasn't bad at all.
Yep.
Like you wouldn't want to get some of them. Plantain and dandelion. It's too late to put those in a salad.
Look like they got eyes down their backs.
Yeah, I didn't get a picture of that. Well, I should have brought a picture of that. Hello, Meredith. Cannot count him in. I have squashed. I'm very diligent with hornworms. Yeah, I know. I know now, like if I go checking my tomatoes, you can tell when there's a hornworm where they've chewed off the leaves. And I just know now. Well, as soon as I see, I'm like, oh, there's a hornworm, and I start looking.
Off and put him in something so he can make his cocoon and come back out next year and be one of them beautiful little.
No, I want to get rid of them. So I need to figure out how to deter these hummingbird moths from coming and shoo them away. I need to shoo them away. Need a blue cup hornworm chipper. That's awesome.
You ain't never gonna get rid of all of them.
Yeah, it was better than I expected. It was better than I expected because it's late in the year, and I thought it might be bitter because a lot of the things get bitter, like I said, like dandelion and plantain and some of those that I normally in the spring would throw in a salad. I won't throw them in a salad late in the year because they get kind of bitter. But that wasn't bad. And so the leaves are edible. The flower thing, you wouldn't want to eat that because it is hard and sticky and prickly. There's the word, prickly. It's kind of hard and prickly. But you would cut that up and use it in a tincture or an oil. So, also.
Well, it could be the opposite.
What?
There, Kathy.
What?
Could be what you see as ugly and evil at the beginning turns into something that's beautiful at the end.
Okay.
Kathy said the devil disguised himself
so
as
well
sweet.
To the tomato plant. Yes, they do. Companion planted onions with tomatoes. Big mistake. I nearly had a heart attack thinking hornworms got the tomatoes when I was actually seeing the onion. As soon as you see a chewed leaf or a stem with no leaves, yep.
Cut that leaf off, throw him over and something.
They're hiding.
Let him go.
Yep. Hi, Kathy, North Star Prepstetter, and Gil. I didn't say hi to Gil. Yep. He said, heading
No matter
over.
how bad it is,
Yep, it's about
all
time.
part of
Heading
life
over.
cycle.
My live topic
Everything
tonight
I
is
put here for a
communications on the homestead. My granddaughter gets disappointed if she can't find a hornworm like Sue chickens eat them. Yeah. Black light. I borrowed a black light from Lippy and Buddy let me borrow a black light when I first seen the first hornworm. And I picked off a couple. It was a couple of them. And then I went back out there several nights in a row and didn't see any more. And so I gave the flashlight back. And then a few days later, there was another one. And then a few days later, another one. And but I've only had 5. And we've got, I don't know how many tomato plants.
I don't know.
Too many.
But the only thing I can say is they definitely ain't as bad around here as what they used to be when this was all tobacco.
Yeah, this was tobacco planted all over. This whole property was tobacco.
This property
and they are also
and
tobacco
everything.
worms, in case anybody don't know that.
Yeah.
Hornworms, tomato worms are also tobacco worms.
Yeah.
So anyway,
We just grab them and bite their heads
we
off.
got to go real quick with the self-heal. The self-heal is good for so many things. I named off a bunch of them. Reduces swelling, inflammation, irritable bowel syndrome and Crohn's, stomach issues, sore throat, rheumatoid arthritis, even tonsillitis and herpes, which I don't know why they threw that in together. Herpes to tonsillitis, diabetes, blood pressure.
I'd hate to know how you got herpes on your tonsils, but
that wasn't meant to be together. That was not meant to be together.
Probably wasn't a good thing to put both of them right there. You probably should have swapped them up your own damn self.
I wrote this down myself. It's handwritten.
Well, why did you put them back to back? I mean, because
I don't know. I don't know.
If you get herpes on your tonsils, yeah,
allergies.
we know what you've been doing.
Allergies. Also, thyroid. I had no clue about that. Thyroid. It's good for thyroid. And back in the old days, they used it for tuberculosis. And so anyway, it's good for so many things. That's just a touch of it. There was so much more that I read online about. Some of this is a few things that I knew and a few things I saw that I thought was interesting, but so much that it's good for. So if you can find it in your area, if you can't find it in your area, you can order seeds. One place that I know of you can order seeds for wild things is Strictly Medicinal Seeds. That's the name of it. It's online. Strictly Medicinal Seeds. And you can order all kinds of wild seeds there that are wild plants. Like we've ordered a few times from there of things that we knew you could forage for, but we couldn't find here. So we order them and try them here. And you can do that.
Or Beverly, but one of y'all need to be getting them.
We have found a bunch.
I don't
Today
know if it's
found
Shannon or Beverly on there.
14 tomato worms. Oh, Lordy. All right. Good night, Deb. And somebody else went out. Buddy.
Yeah.
Good night, Buddy. Good night, Deb. Yeah, we got to get off here. We're going to go over and watch Dave at Southern Ohio Prepping in a minute. What plant was that? We're talking about self-heal and
or heal all.
Or heal all. It's called self-heal, or it's also called heal all. Mm-hmm. And we found it wild here about a couple of years ago. We found some wild here, and we left that spot and let it grow. But we were mowing that spot. It was kind of out in the, you know,
no, that was at the edge.
Would have been a field.
Yeah,
back at one time.
Yeah,
it would have been
just
a field
right there.
And so we kind of turned it into our yard. It would have been, at one point, it was our backyard, but it was just kept mowing it down, and
as over time the fence line just
he ended up finding
started
it and started letting
out
that
farther.
spot grow.
in the
Not leafy.
over, and then I just happened to see
I
it
really
sticking
like
its head out
Strictly
one time.
Medicinal.
So
I've
then I
ordered
decided
from
I was
them.
gonna
That's
cut back
good.
over
Yes.
to the fence line
Kathy,
again.
put it up.
So
So Kathy at North Star Prepstetter has put up. Ooh, it won't let me go there. Kathy put up the link to Strictly Medicinal Seeds. So you could find this plant there. I'm sure. I hadn't looked to see if they had it, but I'm sure they do. They have all kinds of wild seeds there. And
see, Linda, this sounds funnier whenever you say
Mama
it. Herpes on your tonsils.
Mama Z's Texas Kitchen will have a live show in the morning, a live cooking show. So y'all be sure you go check that out. I don't know what her food will be in the morning, but she always cooks up something good live on her Saturday morning at 9:30 Central Time. And okay. Oh, they do have it. There you go. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy at North Star Prepstetter has put up Self-Heal Seeds at Strictly Medicinal Seeds. They have all kinds of stuff. If we talk about foraging it and you can't find it, you can order most everything through them and get it on your property. If you can't find it. If you can find it, go find it and move it to your property.
So what is that? Show you chicken? I can show you chicken.
Show you chicken.
Right out the window right here if you want to.
Oh, never heard of that. Show you chicken. He probably didn't say it right, I'm sure.
I show you your chicken. You eat. Ow.
Okay, Mary Beth. Hey, Mary Beth. I don't think I said hi to Mary Beth. I ordered from them and it came in right away. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a good place to get wild medicinal seeds. So yeah, we've ordered from them several times and had good results. And but now we find a lot of things here. We go out, and if we find it off of our property, we'll take a cutting and bring it to our property so that we have it and we know whether it's been sprayed or not, and we know, and we can control it ourselves,
So the show you chicken is Hawaii.
I
figured it was Chinese or some kind of Asian cuisine.
Awesome. Good. Okay. He did say it right.
Show you.
All right. So that's it, y'all. We have that video up already. You don't have to wait till Sunday. I think I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start putting the video up first so that you can go ahead and see what we're going to talk about. And then that way you've already seen the video. You can ask questions or whatever. And so I'm going to start doing the video first before our Friday Night Live. Probably it won't be on Friday. This one was on Friday because this is the first time I've done it. I'll probably do them on another day, Wednesday or something maybe. I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Something like that.
But I'll do the videos beforehand, a day or two beforehand. And then we'll talk about it that Friday night so that if I didn't make something clear in the video, you can ask. Anyway.
Yeah, I probably definitely would have slapped her real good.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's bad. Thanks, Shelley. I thought, everybody has to wait till 2 days later to watch the video, and then what if I still didn't explain it good enough? So if I do the video beforehand, you can ask if there's anything, if we can tell you. We don't always know everything. And I do, we do a lot of this stuff, but then I look it up too to make sure I'm telling you right too, So anyway, it's 8 o'clock.
Even what I know.
Love you, Kathy.
Even if it works for me, it may not always work for you. I can't guarantee nothing. I'm always learning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Till the day I draw my last breath, I will always learn.
Yep.
And whenever you decide that you've learned all that you can learn, and then you stop learning, that's where about you screw up at. Because we ain't always going to know everything. We can only tell what we do know, and
that's right.
that's all we can do. Try to get a little bit of knowledge.
Thank you,
of
Deb.
what we do know.
Deb's Enriched Refuge. All
But
right.
other than that,
All right, we're
that's
gonna
my
go.
little bit of wisdom for tonight.
We're gonna go. We'll have another video out. I don't know, middle of next week with the next thing we're gonna talk about. The next wild thing we're gonna
Which
talk
I
about.
have no idea yet.
And then I will be on
We'll learn
Thursday
that
at
sometime
noon.
during this week.
All right. We get to go.
So
thank y'all for being here.
Peace out.